we're through to another EFL Cup final, meaning that our defence of that competition is almost complete. But we've gone 4 games without a win, and it's starting to catch up with us a little bit. Let's hope we can get back on track today. We've got an FA Cup match and we have a match in the Premier League, so let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to some more Football Manager 2017 and part 8 of Season 2 of Life After Wenger, and today we have a double header. We've got the FA Cup match away to Burnley, and then we've got a big Premier League match at home to Chelsea. Even though they're down in 11th, they've had a couple of poor seasons. 10th in 2015-16, 10th last year, and they're only 11th this year. Are Chelsea turning in to a mid-table club? Let us know down in the comments what you think about that. Anyway, as I said, we're through to the EFL Cup final. That's why I haven't shown you the second leg, because we won the first one 8-0. We were absolutely terrific that match, and Kingsley Coman was fabulous. We went through in the FA Cup third round as well, 4-0, but we haven't won in the league since the last episode, which was against Watford. We only drew 1-1 against Man United. Walcott bringing it back for us there. We then drew 0-0 against Stoke. That was a terrible match, and then lost 2-0 against Norwich City. So yeah, things are going a little bit awry. Brentford beat us in the second leg 2-1. That one I'm not too bothered about, because I think people thought they were just through anyway. So it means that we're 6 points adrift in the Premier League. The board aren't happy at the moment, so we're going to have to pick that up a little bit, because if we lose a couple of more matches, we could drop out of the top 4, and it's not beyond the realms of possibility that we could be sacked this season. We have got a lot of games to make up, so hopefully that'll bring us back into the mix a little bit. So yeah, let's get into it then. Shall we have a look at squad performances actually? Top goal scorer is Romelu Lukaku, but something worrying is that he hasn't scored since the 1st of January, and has only scored 2 in his last 20 matches, which is a little bit scary, and we don't have much money to throw around and get another striker in, because Ibra's injured at the moment. He's only out for a couple of days, mind you, but he hasn't really been scoring either. Top assists is Dimitri Payet with 9. Top average rating is Alex Iwobi with an 8.08. I assume that that's from the Checker Trade Trophy. Matthias Delight has done alright as well. But the main guy is Hector Bellerin with a 7.53, and then Van Dijk with a 7.51. So let's have a look at the team for today. And then we've got Petr Cech in goal. We've got Mustafi at right back because Bellerin's suspended. We've got Van Dijk and Koscielny in the middle. We'll swap them round. And we've got Luke Shaw on the left there. We're going to have Santi Cazorla and Aaron Ramsey as our middle two, with Coleman, Barkley and Payet starting behind Romelu Lukaku up front. Starting to worry a little bit about Lukaku, because he should be doing a lot better, and I'm starting to worry about the tactic a little bit. Maybe teams are starting to work us out. Maybe we're going to have to work on a new way of playing, maybe going back to the 4-3-1-2, but then we don't have many strikers at the club. Yes, Walcott and Welbeck can play up front, but yeah, we're just struggling a little bit, and it's a little bit concerning. But hopefully we can get back on track today with a couple of good wins. But as you've seen in this first half, we've done absolutely nothing against a Championship side, Burnley. I think they're in the Championship. Yeah, they got relegated last season. So yeah, very drab match so far. Luke Shaw's injured, so we're going to bring on Kieran Gibbs at left back, but this is what's been happening. Payet's just scored an absolute worldie with that free kick. He's just recently come back from injury, and he's looked sharper in the last couple of matches. But that's a brilliant free kick, and maybe it's just individual brilliance like that, that's going to bring us back. Obviously, Alexis Sanchez is going to be coming back in the next couple of months as well, hopefully, so that'll be like a new signing. But we can't overdo him this season because he's just had too many injuries. Or too bad an injury. We'll bring Mesut Özil on. He's had a very disappointing season. And Aaron Ramsey's been playing a lot of football recently, so let's bring on Jack Wilshere and see how he can do in that midfield with Cazorla. Gibbs now, Wilshere, Lukaku and Ozil's just scored, so that could be a sign that he's playing himself back into form. Lukaku with the assist. So it's 2-0. We should be through here into the 5th round of the FA Cup, which is good. We want to do well in that competition this year, and hopefully win 5 trophies this season, or 5 major ones anyway. But we're not taking anything for granted yet. And a good solid second half, I would say. We were very poor in the first half, but second half we picked it up. A couple of substitutions have made the difference there, and 2-0, we're through to the next round of the FA Cup. We did the job. Let's see how long Shaw's injured for. A couple of days, so he probably won't feature against Chelsea. But yeah, that's a big game now against Chelsea. So I'll see you then. Just a couple of changes to tell you about them. Bellerin comes back in at right back. Luke Shaw is actually in a better condition than Kieran Gibbs. I think he played for the reserve team recently. Brozovic's come in for Santi Cazorla, who's a little bit tired. And we've brought in Turan for Kingsley Coman, who hasn't had the best of times recently. He had that brilliant match against Brentford, but since then he hasn't done terribly well. But yeah, here we go then. Chelsea. There was a little media snippet before the match saying that both managers are under pressure for this one because Chelsea are having a poor season and we haven't won in 3 league games, so it's a must-win for both sides. And I couldn't agree with that more. I don't think either of us will be happy with the draw. But here's Barkley, and should have made it 1-0. Least of all us, I think we need to go and try and get that victory today, because if we lose or draw today, then it makes things a lot more difficult. We've got a busy schedule coming up. We're playing twice a week for the next 6 weeks. So yeah, Everton winning the Merseyside derby 2-0 with Lucas, our former player, getting 2 goals in that first half. But yeah, again, we were poor. We had that one chance with Ross Barkley early on, but since then not really threatened. I just don't know what's going on. We surely weren't a one-man team with just Romelu Lukaku, but who knows? Who knows? 60 minutes gone. I think we're going to have to make a change here. Payet's not having a good game, so we'll bring on Theo Walcott and play him as a winger on support. Bring Ozil on for Ramsey and then swap them 2 round. Play him on support, play him on attack, and see how that does. If it's another 0-0 draw, I'll be concerned. But here's Barkley now. What a 2-run has got on the score sheet. His 9th goal of the season, and it's 1-0, and that could be a very important goal in our season. It takes us back into secure 3rd place. It puts us 3 points behind Tottenham with 2 games in hand on them, which is exactly where we want to be. Liverpool have lost the Merseyside derby. Man City are winning their game against West Ham, which brings them back up the table a little bit. But yeah, this is going to be it. What a boring match. What an absolutely boring match. We've drawn Chelsea in the 5th round of the FA Cup, by the way. I think he's going to get sacked, isn't he? Well, he's not quite yet. See how Scufford's doing. Seems like he's doing alright. 7.0. He's had 13 clean sheets. I'm quite happy with that. Right then, when are we going to come back? I think we'll come back for the EFL Cup final around about then. And we'll see how we're doing in the league. If we're doing alright, we'll come back for the sort of Crystal Palace. Or should we do... Yeah, we'll do Swansea and the EFL Cup final, and then we can come back in the next episode and do the North London derby and the Champions League. So, if you've enjoyed that, make sure you leave a like down below. It really does help the channel, and it means a lot for me as well. So, if you get a chance, please leave that like. We're closing in on 1,000 subscribers as well, so anything you can do to help me get there would mean the absolute world. I really want to do it before sort of middle of June, July time. That would be absolutely fantastic. So yeah, hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.